Yeah.
Come on.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. And first, I would like to thank everyone here at JMC Quezon City for making this set of reviews possible. And what we have here today is a two-part special, starting off with their newest commercial van vehicles. And this is the JMC Touring short wheelbase 7-seater low roof variant. Yes, it's a long name, but we just covered the older JMC Touring a couple months ago, so check it out on the channel. And this being a short wheelbase version, if you look at the side profile, I will admit it kind of looks like a corgi. And this being a brand new JMC Touring, this is based off the Ford Transit Pro in China. Hence, we get a newer, fresh look. And what I like with this short wheelbase variant, you get LED lights and halogen fog lamps. You have a taller ground clearance now at around 220 to 250 millimeters. And if it's fully loaded, it lessens to around 170 millimeters. And speaking of Ford Transit, powering this all-new JMC Touring SWB variant, well, it's exactly the same like what you get in the older Touring that I've just driven. But this is an uprated 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder diesel engine that now produces 144 horsepower and 355 Newton meters of torque. And what I like specifically with this short wheelbase version, so there are two transmissions available. So first, naturally, is a 6-speed manual transmission. But what we're going to dive this one is a 8-speed automatic transmission. And for once, I'm excited to dive the automatic because I have so much experience already with the manual transmission. You can see a lot of Ford resemblance with this engine, but it's pretty much a proven unit already. And here at the rear of this all-new JMC Touring models, in general, a little bit more design cue changes than usual. And I like this very long tail lights. And I think these are like projector tail lights, but hey, at least you have the LEDs in front anyway. And usual JMC Touring badges. And specialty of this short wheelbase version, despite being a 7-seater only, yes, you heard me right, a 7-seater, there's so much space with this. Like, I can sit here with two more of myself here right beside me, and I think like 3 to 5, well, depends on the type of suitcases, but at least 3 to 5 here at the rear. So this is how spacious this all-new Touring is. And for this short wheelbase version, you have a total payload capacity of 1,595 kilograms. And I'm very astounded, even though this is the short wheelbase version, you have a very, very large door. I'm not gonna do that today. And two, you have a reverse camera, which I'll show you right now. And this is the interior of this all-new JMC Touring. Remember, we are in the short wheelbase variant. So this has a lot more luxurious touches than usual. So yes, we have here now a start-stop button. So here we have the engine roaring into life. Then here in the door card, pretty simple, but you get your window switches at least. And like with the older Touring, the glass is so long, so you have to wait an eternity for it to go down or up. Okay, we're done. And yeah, visually, again, this is such a nice upgrade compared to the previous Touring. And why I mentioned the reverse camera too with the old one, because this has a new 10-inch infotainment screen. I say infotainment because sadly there is no Apple CarPlay nor Android Auto. However, though, you do have a phone mirror link system, which I am a big fan of. And here's the reverse camera now. So for once too, we have dynamic guidelines, and the resolution is okay, but comparable, just being honest, with some of the cars that I've tested recently. And then there's few more settings here, and the speakers, as you can hear, sorry, I don't want to get copyrighted in YouTube. The speakers actually sound really, well, decent, I have to say. There's so much bass, but the clarity I wish could be a bit better. But this is a commercial van anyway, not tend to be a luxurious sports car per se, you name it. And the rest here is, yeah, pretty standard. You get your radio for your phone functions, and for controlling to the air conditioning system. But what I like to, you can do it here on the screen, and few more knobs here too down below, and it's very simple and very easy to understand. Here too is your hazard button, and an upgrade too, you get still the same analog tachometer and speedometer with an LCD display right in the middle. So I can't understand anything at the moment since this is a brand new unit. Everything is set in Chinese, but I do like the needles of the gauges because it's very Ford-like. So because it's blue. And here on the left side, you get a lot of compartments. They can act as cup holders. So you have your headlight lever adjustment too. And one type A USB port. How about that? And the steering wheel, it's a steering wheel. It's very conventional like a van. And you only get buttons on the right side for adjusting the cluster and for your phone connectivity stuff, along to with your volume functions as well. And this being the automatic van, this is your gear shifter itself. There's no manual mode for this 8-speed automatic transmission, but hey, at least you have a low gear function just in case. And this button here is very Ford-like. So these are your driving modes. So we have here Eco and Sport only. So there's literally no in between like normal as such. Again, we will try that out later on. And more stuff here in the middle. Another type A USB port, 12-volt socket, and an extra compartment. I think you can make that act like an ashtray if so. And a lot of air conditioning vents here up at front. And this is the one thing I will comment now with this all-new JMC Touring van. The air conditioning system improved. Like, it got so cold during my shows, I have to lower this down. This is that good. And yeah, pretty basic in here. But what I like too with this all-new Touring short wheelbase van are the seats here. Sorry, I won't have a B-roll because it's still wrapped in plastic. But it's a two-tone skin of blue and white. And it's leather. How about that in a commercial van? And sitting here is really, really comfortable. Like, of course, there's no bolstering, but hey, it's meant to bring a lot of people from point A to B comfortably. And above here, you get your halogen light only. That applies as well for the second and third row. It's a bit weird only that you have to control it here. There's no like individual mode. Visor. These don't extend, but look how long that is. One of the longest sun visors I've ever seen, and literally it can cover the sun. Oh yeah, too. You have a decent amount of space for a glove box, but actually it's really deep. It can fit half of my arm. Ah! A neat trick with this all-new JMC Touring short wheelbase version. Once you open the sliding door, there's actually a mechanical step, which means going up here to the second row is a little bit easier. And again, with the seats of this, continues the leather two-tone scheme of blue and white. And look at this. I wasn't expecting this to have captain seats for a commercial van. But hey, it's more luxurious now than against with its competition, I have to say. And you as well, you get two map pockets on either side. And correct me if I'm wrong, well, you get the reclining function. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really low. But I don't see any forward and backward mechanism. So it will just depend on the drivers and passenger in front. But hey, you still get a good amount of space here in the second row. And again, with your dome light, again, being a JMC, it's pretty basic. But hey, it's more luxurious again with this competition because you get leather seats along too with armrests on either side. Now here in the third row itself, look at how much space there is. And what I like too with the second row seats, you can actually fold them to increase the boot space, or if you want to do this in the third row and relax and have a party here, it's literally that spacious. And again, like that of the front seats, you get map pockets behind both second row seats. And again, the third row is complete with leather seats again with the blue and white scheme, and it's very comfortable to sit here. And one of the more spacious third rows I've ever encountered in this type of vehicle. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You get air conditioning vents up above, and as well, forgot to mention the controls just right in front of the front passenger seats. And again, you can fit like, oh, that's a lot. So you can fit 1, 2, 3, at least 7 or 8 of me if needed here only in the third row. Wow, I'm actually liking this all-new JMC Touring. Now let's go for a drive. Now driving this all-new JMC Touring short wheelbase version, well, I'll be honest, it's very much easier to drive than the longer ones that I've tried out because, again, it's short, it's easy-ish to maneuver, and this being mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, it's a little bit less hassle. So let's try now. Okay, that's just in Eco mode. So if you flick it to sport, okay, just subtle differences, but majority you're gonna just leave this in eco mode. But I will commend though the torque and power delivery along to with the transmission tuning is just a little bit better, because again, it's a newer power unit along to with the transmission itself, and you have a little bit more power as well. So remember the previous long wheelbase version that I've tried out, like Honey had like 107, 115 horsepower. This one's more on the 144 horsepower side of things, making this a little bit more peppier in terms only in the commercial van side. But if you're gonna drive this as a daily with a lot of people as well, yeah, this literally feels at home everywhere, because again, this 8-speed automatic transmission is kind of fast to respond. I mean, like, I'm gonna overtake a bit. Yep, it puts its power down a little bit better as well. And the handling of this being a very large van, and remember, again, this is the SWB version, so there's body roll here and there, but it's, again, not too bad. And the handling of this overall is pretty light. And here, like, just driving here around in Quezon City, again, very easy to go around. And remember, this has a shorter nose than usual compared to the longer one, so visibility throughout is very much, again, easy. And I really like this 8-speed automatic transmission. You know my bias with manual transmissions, but for once, as I said earlier, I wanted to try this automatic to give a chance with this. And I can see why a lot of people kind of prefer the Touring as an automatic, because again, it's so much easier to drive. And I will commend too, even though we're just 3 people on board, usually when it's laden with a lot of people now, it's a bit more stiffer than usual. But not this one, it's actually really comfortable. So I just went through humps and bumps, and it glides through them with ease. Here, yeah, the NVH is a van, so we'll not get into that. But the ride is actually a big surprise for me. And the claim fuel economy of this is around 13 kilometers per liter. So I assume that's more or less a combined figure. So I cannot give the fuel economy reading now, because again, everything here is set in Chinese. So I do not want to reset anything. And the brakes, I would say too, it improved from before. It's a short but firm pedal. So if you want to keep forward and want to stop, yeah, you need a little bit more pressure on it. But again, it's not as, I'll be honest, scary as the first one. And again, let's try that brakes. Yeah, much more progressive than that of the previous Touring, I have to say. And remember, this is the automatic version. So if you flick it here to L, it just literally stays in first gear. So this is perfect for if you want to go up to Baguio or literally steep parking ramps. I see why they didn't need to put a manual mode for this, because you don't need it. Actually, this transmission is tuned really, really well. So here, let's leave it in sport mode one more time. Yeah, that's really decent, the performance. Right, so that's my quick dive of this short wheelbase version. Remember, there are 2 variants available. So starting off with the manual, that starts at 1,650,000 pesos. But if you want this all good 8-speed automatic transmission version variant, this one is at 1,780,000 pesos. I think it's pretty much worth it, because it's, again, a very good upgrade compared to the previous one. And again, I'd like to thank everyone here at JMC Quezon City for making this all possible. So hope you guys like and subscribe one more time. And we'll have another review coming here after this. Bye-bye.